If you watch my series, you're well aware of my love for all things Sega and Alien. Well, most things. Last year I reviewed Aliens vs. Predator and Colonial Marines for PS3. Both were published by Sega, though Rebellion tackled the underrated Aliens vs. Predator, while Gearbox, Timegate, Demiurge, and Nerve were responsible for the shit stain that was Colonial Marines. You know, I'm sure when Sega acquired the Alien license, they expected greater returns than what they received with either one of those titles. AVP was met with mixed reviews, and Colonial Marines was just a colossal failure in the US. It was a critical and commercial bomb that somehow led to a goddamn lawsuit. Yeah, it was that bad. This is the kind of bullshit that raced through gamers' minds when Alien Isolation was first announced. There was a glimmer of hope when news broke that Sega would have more of a hands-on approach, relying on their very own subsidiary, the Creative Assembly, for development. Even better, it's not a first-person shooter. Sure, Isolation does sport some combat, but only as a last resort. Rather than bleeding Cameron's entry once again, like so many titles before, the Creative Assembly favored Ridley Scott's first round.
You killed that guy!
Because he was going to kill me, you saved my life. This is about survival. Do you understand?
Yes, this is a survival horror game. The story takes place 15 years after the events in Alien. Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley and now a technician in the ass end of space, is approached by a company man by the name of Samuels telling her that Nostromo's flight recorder has been retrieved and taken to Sevastopol. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Whatever, it's a spaceport on the verge of being shut down. Knowing that young Amanda is in serious need of closure, Samuels invites her along to retrieve the flight recorder. Ripley and Samuels are then joined by a young company lawyer, Nina Taylor, looking to solve the mystery of the missing Nostromo. Once Ripley and company reach their destination, they find that the Sevastopol has been damaged, how one can even tell is beyond me, and seemingly unable to respond to their calls. This leads to a gravity-like spacewalk from their ship, the Torrance, to Sevastopol.
What happened here? My God, Ripley. You're doing good, Tim. Just keep moving!
Taylor, Ripley, hold on!
Samuels! Taylor! Respond! Anybody!
Yep, Ripley has been sufficiently isolated. Haha, it's high time to creep through the game, and I do mean creep, figure out what the hell happened on this heap, and recover the flight recorder.
I made it! Where are you?
We're at a transit station now. It's right by medical.
Okay. Samuels, listen to me. It's not safe here. Seegson's got this place locked tight. Their goddamn androids are killing people!
That's impossible. It's contrary to primary synthetic programming.
I've seen it, Samuels. I guess Seegson's got a different idea about synthetics. And there's something else here. A creature. It's big and it's lethal.
Ripley, slow down. A creature.
The story is well written. Amanda was mentioned in the extended cut of Aliens and nowhere else, as far as I know, so I'm not sure if her existence is truly canon. However, unlike Colonial Marines, the narrative doesn't completely cock up the continuity established in the sequels. This very well could have taken place between Alien and Aliens. The acting ranges from decent to good with believable dialogue, so no complaints here. I do stress that this is a survival horror game. You pick up some weapons here and there like a revolver, flamethrower, stun prod, and the like. You can even make flashbangs and smoke bombs. Even a simple tool can be used as a weapon, but like I said, combat is a last resort. Imagine you're playing Metal Gear Solid where stealth is the primary focus and there's a 9-foot-tall alien on your ass that you can't kill. I'm pretty sure Snake himself would soil his box. As the player progresses, you'll encounter frightened and or hostile human survivors and, artificial persons called Working Joes. Even the station itself feels like a threat. Look at this place. I've yet to encounter our favorite xenomorph and I'm already terrified. When I first started the game, I wasn't sure how quickly it would throw me to the wolves, so I didn't know just how cautious I should be. With every sound, every flicker, your heart seizes. No, 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 no. Game over, man. Just game over. Game over. Game over. Nope. The motion tracker does very little to relieve my tension. You don't get it right away, so those nerves of yours are going to be fried in minutes. Like Colonial Marines, the HUD's pretty sparse. All you get to see is health and what battery remains in the flashlight. If you want to see that tracker, you gotta press a button. Colonial Marines did that too. Oddly enough, it doesn't bother me here. Since I don't have to worry so much about the kiss kiss bang bang, it actually works here. Also, this little bastard can be a little noisy, meaning it can give your position away. Use it only when necessary, then stow that shit. Fast.
You got anything?
This is pointless. Must have run off.
In many respects, this is classic trial and error gameplay. You need to find creative solutions to certain obstacles. For example, you have 3 Terran hostiles hunting you down in a corridor, blocking your exit. What do? Any number of things, really. You can try and avoid them. It's difficult, though far from impossible. You can take them out, hunting them down one by one like a serial killer, my favorite. In my experience, however, this is nowhere near the path of least resistance. Even better, just lure the xenomorph and let the bitch do what she does best. Isolation's broken up into 18 chapters, or missions if you will, and they range from opening a door to finding a fucking medkit. That may sound easy, sure, but it's much harder than you think. Even on the easiest setting, Alien Isolation is a real challenge. Part of the problem for me is that I find it hard to break some habits. My first instinct is to find a weapon, then the enemy. Once I find said enemy, I kill the fucker. Simple, right? Well, those tactics won't do dick for me here. Seriously, you better get used to hiding out in lockers and ducking under tables. I spent so much time cowering behind walls, stealing glances down corridors, that it actually makes the game feel longer. One complaint I've heard since Isolation's release is that it's too long. Really, I feel that's kinda subjective. If you're a cautious player making your way through it the first time, yes, you'll be trapped on this vestibule a long time. The next time around, you'll zip through it much faster. Aside from the Xeno, the working Joes are fucking scary. Sure, you can put them down, but it's gonna cost you. You can beat them with hammers, shoot them in the head, or whatever. You're more likely to piss it off than kill it. These things were built for tough. The real threat is the alien. Like I've said, you can't kill it. Shoot it all you want, you may as well use harsh language. It can see you, hear you, smell you, and it can learn from you. Just because you make a noise somewhere doesn't mean the Xeno will run after it. Yes, she's a clever girl, and you gotta think on your feet if you want to survive. I've been playing this game for a week, and this shit still scares the piss out of me. Visually, the game is striking on PS3. My capture methods are limited to standard definition 480i 16:9 videos, so you're missing some detail here. That being said, Alien Isolation is fucking beautiful. The lighting, smoke, and fire effects look simply incredible. If I have any complaints, it's the dodgy frame rate during cutscenes. I'm not sure why this is, though it has nothing to do with how gameplay was captured. It does that when displayed at 1080i as well. It's like the cutscenes were recorded that way because they're certainly not in-game graphics on PS3. Isolation still looks prettier than a picture. The level design is faithful to Alien's production design, right down to the drinking bird and low-tech video displays. Creative Assembly, I salute you. Sound effects and music are, put simply, flawless. Together, they perfectly recreate the aural atmosphere of that first film and pull you in whether you want to or not. The soundtrack is clearly inspired by Jerry Goldsmith's ambient score. Music can be quiet and moody when the Xeno's wandering about, though it will kick the tension up 6 or 7 notches when she comes sniffing around. With a brief tutorial, controls are very pick up and play on PS3. Whenever I fuck up, I know it's simply my reflexes failing me, not unresponsive controls. Now, if that isn't enough to convince you of Isolation's value, there's the downloadable content, namely Crew Expendable, where you can play as Ripley, Dallas, or Parker. It's a great bit of fan service that feels right at home here. Between this and Survivor mode, where you have to achieve your goals in the shortest time possible, competing with other players via PSN for the best time, there's plenty here to keep you busy. Alien Isolation is a winner. It's everything I wanted this game to be and more. This is the best scare I've had in years. A game hasn't gotten under my skin like this since the first Silent Hill. It's not only a great Alien game, but Isolation's a wonderful apology for Colonial Marines. Sega, Creative Assembly, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.